Hello everybody, welcome back to another Hunger Games race, and in this Hunger Games race, it's all NASCAR YouTubers this time, so no Simpsons or Family Guy characters in here, and I changed up a little bit of the bad guys. Fake Vladimir Putin has been added into this. This is some new NASCAR YouTubers. Let's go. My voice is kind of, my throat's kind of, like, I wouldn't say sick, it just filled with, like, it's like cough, and like I cough a lot. I'm not sick, don't worry. I just have like a little bit of what's the word I'm gonna look for? It's just plugged. It's just stuffed my throat. That's the word I'm looking for. One carnation grabs a shovel. Black Flags Matter. Runs away from the cornucopia. Sports Fan 9 and Daniel Knutson fight for a bag. Daniel Knutson gives up and retreats. NASCAR runs away from the cornucopia. Tony Myers receives a trident from inside the cornucopia. Rolex Cup Series grabs the backpack, not realizing it is empty. Kamikaze Games and Cars Time fight for a bag. Cars Time gives up and retreats. Joey Logano a Mickey Movie. Eric Estep run away from the cornucopia. RC Racer 88 snatches a pair of size. Denny P. Talks runs away as well with Southeast Cup Series and Random Kitty and Fanboy. I don't know player. Rowdy Fan 2015 and Noah Sewell get into a fight. Noah Sewell temporarily kills them both, so the last race winner, Rowdy Fan 2015, is out. Michael Marouz that runs away from the cornucopia. Fake Vladimir Putin, David Land, and Phantom NASCAR 24 work together to get as many supplies as possible. Fake Logan Paul finds a canteen full of water. Jake Baskinger snatches a pair of size. Preston Racing runs away from the cornucopia. Eric Alaromi runs away from the cornucopia as well with TNT Man 93. Jason Jacoby grabs a jar of fishing bait while iPad Pro gets fishing gear. NASCAR for Life finds Bubba Wallace 23 fan hiding in the cornucopia and kills him. The following, the Real Radman, the Iceberg, and Paul Nicholson run away from the cornucopia. The Iceberg, iPad Pro, Paul Nicholson, and Denny B. Talks raid Eric Estep's camp while he's hunting. No, they'll hunt iPad Pro's camp. Michael Marouz, Mickey Movie, and RC Racer 88 start fighting, but Mickey Movie runs away as Michael Marouz kills RC Racer 88. Hard racing. One Incarnation tries to spear fish with a trident. Jason Jacoby. NASHawk, D&G, Preston Racing, and Southeast Cup Series hunt for other tribes. Sorry, my throat's like stiffy right now. Yeah, and I'm just gonna start One Incarnation. One Incarnation tries to spear fish with a trident. Jason Jacoby, NASHawk, D&G, Preston Racing, and Southeast Cup Series hunt for other tribes. Phantom NASCAR 24 collects fruit from a tree. Sports Fan 9 tries to sleep for the entire day. The Roblox Cup Series and Random Kitty and Fanboy dies from first. Die from first, both of them. Tony Myers overhears Black Flags Matter and Team Man 93 roasting him in the distance. Eric Alaromi and Cars Time track down and kill Comic and Noah Sewell. Joey Logano CMG travels to higher ground. Kamikaze Games runs away from fake Vladimir Putin. David Land kills NASCAR for Life while he is resting. Fake Logan Paul makes a wooden spear. And Real Radman finishes, and Daniel Knutson runs away from Jake Baskinger. And 8 deaths. The Iceberg, Denny B. Talks, One Incarnation, and Sports Fan 9 tell each other ghost stories to lighten the mood. iPad Pro fends Eric Alaromi, Phantom NASCAR 24, and Black Flags Matter away from his fire. Kamikaze Games stays awake all night. Paul Nicholson sets up camp for the night. Eric Estep and Kamikaze Games stays awake all night. Paul Nicholson sets up camp for the night. Eric Estep and D&G hold hands. Jake Baskinger and Team Man 93 and run into each other and decide the truce for the night. NASCAR goes to sleep. David Land poisons Michael Marouz's and he drinks it and dies. Jason Jacoby kills Southeast Cup Series with a hatchet. That is not hard racing. That is just straight up dirty driving from Jason Jacoby. The Joe Logano, CMG, and Real Radman talk about the tribe still alive. Karsh time, and Preston Racing sleeping shifts. Fake Logan Paul sets up camp for the night. Daniel Knudsen receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Fake Vladimir Putin climbs to a tree to rest. Mickey Movies awoken by nightmares, and Tony Myers tends to his wounds. David Land receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Real Radman searches for firewood. NASCAR, iPad Pro, and Mickey Movie hunt for other tribes. Fake Vladimir Putin tries to sleep for the entire day. The Eric Step pushes fake Logan Paul off a cliff during a knife fight. That is hard racing by Eric Step. Black Flags Matters pricked by thorns while picking berries. Joy Logano CMG tends to defend NASCAR 24's wounds. Jason Jacoby, Paul Nicholson, Preston Racing, Jack Baskinger, and Tony Myers track down and kill Daniel Knudsen. That is not hard racing. That is just straight up dirty driving from Jason Jacoby and Tony Myers. TNT Man 93 receives an explosives from an unknown sponsor. The Iceberg constructs a shack. D&G receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Eric Alaromi Resources searches for a water source. Sports Fan 09 constructs a shack. Kamikaze Games receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. One Incarnation and Danny B Talks work together to ground the drowned Karsh time. 5 deaths. Prob Nicholson keeps climbs a tree to rest. Black Flags Matters thinks about winning. Joy Logano CMG receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. The Iceberg attempts to start a fire but is unsuccessful. Tony Myers starts a fire. Phantom NASCAR 24, Eric Step, and Kamikaze Games discuss the games and what might happen in the morning. Jason Jacoby stabs Nassau while his back is turned. That is not hard racing. That is just straight up dirty driving from Jason Jacoby. David Land tries to sing himself to sleep. Mickey Movie begs for iPad Pro to kill him. He refuses keeping Mickey Movie alive. That's because iPad Pro is weak. And Water Incarnation and fake Vladimir Putin tell stories about themselves to each other. Jake Baskinger quietly hums. Real Radman questions his sanity. Sports Fan 09 sets up camp for the night. Preston Racing receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. D&G begs for TNT Man 93 to kill him. He refuses keeping D&G alive. Denny B Talks bleeds out due to untreated injuries, and Eric Alaromi thinks about winning. Sports Fan 09 chases Jason Jacoby. Real Radman receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. D&G sees smoke rising in distance but decides not to investigate. Preston Racing receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Eric Step sees smoke rising in the distance but decides not to investigate. Tony Myers collects fruit from a tree. Black Flakes Matters fishes as well with David Land. Jake Baskinger defeats TNT Man 93 in a fight but spares his life. Phantom NASCAR 24 bleeds out due to untreated injuries. The Iceberg and fake Vladimir Putin track down to kill Eric Alaromi. That is not hard racing. That is just straight up dirty driving from fake Vladimir Putin account. Paul Nicholson camouflages himself in the bushes. One Incarnation constructs a shack. Joy Logano CMG is pricked by thorns while picking berries. iPad Pro attacks Kamikaze Games when he manages to escape. And Mickey Movie sees smoke rising in the distance but decides not to investigate. 4 deaths. Black Flags Matter and Real Radman run into each other and decide to truce for the night. Fake Vladimir Putin lets Tony Myers into his shelter. Preston Racing fends iPad Pro Paul Nicholson and One Incarnation away from his fire. Sports Fan 09 lets the Iceberg into his shelter. Mickey Movie kills Eric Step with a hatchet. Kamikaze Games, D&G, and Joy Logano CMG discuss the games and what might happen in the morning. Jason Jacoby receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Jake Baskinger sets an explosive off, killing David Land. And TNT Man 93 thinks about home. One Incarnation strangles Jake Baskinger with a rope. Real Radman hunts for other tribes. TNT Man 93 camouflages himself in the bush. Sports Fan 09 questions or searches for a water source. iPad Pro tries to sleep for the entire day. The Iceberg questions his sanity. Joy Logano CMG kills Black Flags Matters as he tries to run. Fake Vladimir Putin, D&G, and Tony Myers hunt for other tribes. Jason Jacoby fishes in Kamikaze Games. Preston Racing and Paul Nicholson track down and kill Mickey Movie. 5 deaths. Jason Jacoby's attempts to start a fire, but is unsuccessful. D&G begs for Vladimir Putin to kill him. He refuses, keeping D&G alive. That's because fake Vladimir Putin is weak. One Incarnation severely injures Tony Myers and leaves him to die. Hard racing from One Incarnation. Kamikaze Games tries to sing himself to sleep. iPad Pro screams for help. Sportsfan09 goes to sleep. Iceberg and Real Radman hold hands. Paul Nicholson starts a fire. Joy Logano CMG sends up camp for the night. TNT Man climbs a tree to arrest. Preston Racing bleeds out due to untreated injuries. Kamikaze Games just kills Paul Nicholson as he tries to run. Jason Jacoby decides not to go to the feast. TNT Man 93 and Iceberg decide to work together to get more supplies. Sportsfan09 and iPad Pro decide not to go to feast. Joy Logano CMG stuffs a bundle of dry clothing into a backpack before sprinting away. Real Radman, fake Vladimir Putin, One Incarnation D&G decide not to go to the feast. One Incarnation One Incarnation collects fruit from a tree. Jason Jacoby steals from D&G while he isn't looking. The Iceberg attacks the Kamikaze Games, but iPad Pro protects him, killing the Iceberg. That is not hard racing. That is just straight up dirty driving from iPad Pro. Fake Vladimir Putin, Sportsfan09, and Joy Logano CMG hunt for other tribes. TNT Man 93 receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Real Radman hunts for other tribes. And 4 deaths. Real Radman starts a fire. D&G receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. iPad Pro goes to sleep. Kamikaze Games cooks his food up before putting his fire out. Joy Logano CMG climbs a tree to rest. Fake Vladimir Putin sees a fire but stays hid. TNT Man 93 defeats One Incarnation in a fight but spares his life. Sportsfan09 stabs Jason Jacoby with a tree branch. Ha! Hard racer from Sportsfan09. Fake Vladimir Putin searches for fire. Wood. D&G and Real Radman fight. Sportsfan09 and Kamikaze Games. D&G and Real Radman survive. iPad Pro dies from hypothermia. TNT Man 93 tries to spearfish with a trident, and One Incarnation runs away from Joy Logano CMG. 4 deaths. Joy Logano CMG destroys D&G's supplies while he's asleep. Fake Vladimir Putin sets up camp for the night. Real Radman overpowers One Incarnation, killing him. TNT Man 93 cannot handle the circumstances and commits suicide. Come on, anyone but fake Vladimir Putin. D&G strangles Joy Logano CMG with a rope. Real Radman makes a wooden spear, and fake Vladimir Putin receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. D&G lets Real Radman into a shelter. Fake Vladimir Putin bleeds out due to untreated injuries. Real Radman silently snaps D&G's neck. Ha! And on his first start, Real Radman will win in the Hunger Games. Congratulations to the Real Radman. Sorry about that. Let's take a look at some of the results. Real Radman wins. Here's your points. Here's who finishes in their race, their finishing spots. And let's take a look at the most kills awards. Real Radman beats Jason Jacoby. So here's the most kills awards. There you go. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.